Guru Kripa Kevalam. Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadguru Shimuji Baba ki Jai. So, questions, reports. It seems like life is orchestrating things so that I have to confront unresolved stories that still carry a strong emotional charge. It is not uncommon in satsang for these things to happen, that it can seem like you're coming to some insights about your true self, and it also feels like a lot of things which were past, which we thought were past, now seem to come up again. So common experience for those in Satsang. And as these things are coming, it could be in terms of life events, it could be in terms of emotions. Many of them will try to convince you that you have to deal with them in some personal sort of way, that you must put on the garb of personality so that you can finally deal with these things and get them out of the way. But let's see if it is possible to deal with all of this as presence itself. Things come to you, they knock on your door, and they're expecting to meet a person there. But what happens to those things when they meet God? Someone said, maybe it's funny, but I think that the moon phases influence my moods. Yeah, there could be a lot of intricacy in patterns with a lot of things that we see in this world. Some could say that it is written in my hand. Some could say it is in my Akashic records. Some could say that it is in my astrological charts. Some could say it is the gravitational forces of the sun and the moon. So a lot of intricacy is present, yes, in the patterns that we experience in life. But as we are going beyond all of these layers of our existence, with complete openness, not in any kind of denial, but as we are going beyond these phenomenal layers, we're finding something which is untouched by any force whatsoever. It's independent of all emotions and states. Dear Father, please help with your grace. Please, with your grace, help me to be free. There is strong attachments to past and personhood. Help me, Father, to burn which is untrue. Please, with your grace, help me to be free. There is strong attachment to past and personhood. Help me, Father, to burn that which is untrue. Enjoy this moment which is free from the past. It will take a moment even for the past to come. Is it easy? And you can tell me if what I'm saying is not clear. In this moment, even for a memory to come or some attachment to happen, it still needs a moment. So enjoy this moment before that comes. And enjoy this moment before that comes. and enjoy this moment before that comes. Enjoy this moment before that comes. Enjoy this moment before that comes. And this moment. So if I give you no time to conceptualize, I give you no time to label anything as past or person. So when to be and how to be free from past and personhood. How is it that in this moment you are free of it? Before the but comes and is believed, you are free from it. Before the doubt comes, you are free from it. This is the trick. You might feel like there is a process that I have to go through, but that process might seem like, from the outside perspective, looking at the play of this body mind. You see, the burning will seem visible, outwards looking into this. But from within, you are free right now. In what way is your existence bound in this very moment before the cellar of doubt appears? All your attachments are gone. You are fresh. But your mind will say, really? That's not my experience. Is it? Is it? That's not my experience. It's just saying that. Is it? But actually, you've never experienced anything but your freedom. But when we look at it through the lens of what the mind is saying, through the lens of our belief system, it can seem like what it is saying is true. The one that needs to be held, bring that one to me. What will you bring? Will you bring this body which has no notion of bondage or freedom? What will you bring? This is a worthy exploration. Help me to be free. Who should I help? This is for all of you actually. Who can be helped? Not a medical doctor, can't do anything for the body. If I can't do anything for the body, then who is the one that is left? Mind. Mind. Is there such a thing? Right? Is there such an entity that can be helped? Is there a mind which is an existent being that can be brought here and can be helped? We have no experience of that. What is the mind? The mind, when there is an existence of a thought, we say there is mind. When there is no thought in the present experience, we say this is no mind. So it is not really an entity, it's just an energy construct which is coming and going. So this is worth exploring. Help me become free, or the me that wants freedom. Then we say, I have strong attachments to past and personhood. So now we are more clear. So who is this one that has strong attachment? Then we might find that it is God that is playing this way. Sorry, it is a bit of a switch. It is God that's playing this way. So what is strong for God? Which attachment is too strong for God? Right? Either there must be two. There must be a God and there must be me. Or there is just me and God is just fiction. Right? Right? Or there is just God and me is just fiction. What are these are the alternatives, isn't it? That there is God and me, or there is God and me is fiction, or there is me and God is fiction. Now, let's look at the first one. If there is God and me, then God is not everywhere. Then God is everywhere but me. The separation actually happened. Is this your experience? This is what we presume, but it is never our experience. The second is that there is just God, or there is just one being. Some sometimes we can have some condition about the term God, so we don't have to use God as a word. There's one being, and I find no two. So this one being leaves no space for a me. And the third option could be what we started with, which is this me is here, and this me should be helped to become free. So do we have an experience of this me in this present moment? If we did, we should be able to produce it for ourselves at least. Where is this me? Me found? No. Anyone found the me? Huh? Me thought. So if elephant thought came, elephant would be. If the thought came, there's a pink elephant. Is it? Or I am a pink elephant. Would there be a pink elephant? Just because, so I'm making light of it, but actually what I'm saying is something important, which is that just the appearance of a thought, it seems to represent a me. Is that enough validation for us? Okay? So if you go to, maybe if you go to, let's say, that's a good metaphor. If you go to the family of the king of Mysore and say, I deserve 50% of the inheritance. Okay? And they say, but who are you to deserve 50% of the inheritance? And you say, I had a thought that I am the son of the king, okay? Or the daughter of the king. Would they accept that as evidence? Go away. Okay? Then how come we take, how do we take just the evidence of this thought that there is a me as evidence enough for the actual existence of one? Okay? So the thought can appear and say, me, I want this, I don't want this. All of these things we can say. But just the appearance of the thought, is this enough proof? Okay? Yeah? If somebody comes and says, show me your passport, all your identification papers. You say, but who are you? And he says, I had a thought that I'm a policeman. Will you agree to show all of it? So just the the thought appearing and making a claim about a me is not valid proof even in this world. So how come it serves as valid proof for us? So just the me thought can come, I this, I that, I whatever. But if we don't accept evidence, that's why Bhagavan said, but what witnesses this thought? When a thought comes, when the me thought comes, when the I thought comes, ask yourself, what witnesses this thought? Is this thought representing this witness? Not representing this witness? We can take a minute over this. Who is this thought claiming to represent? What is this thought claiming to represent? So when the thought comes, for example, that I want this to be my last life, many of us believe this thought. I want this to be my last life. So obviously the thought is not representing this body. Nobody is saying I want this. I'm talking about this body, the last life of this body, because this is the only first life of this body. So who are these thoughts representing? And don't settle for an answer. Your mind is like, nothing. Is it? They're representing nothing or something. I don't know what the mind is saying. Till you find this one, don't settle for any thought about it. Settle for it. You know what I mean? Don't settle for a thought about it. Settle for it itself. I want freedom. So don't worry so much about what it is wanting. Settle for the I. Who is the I? Don't presume that. So who is the I? Like who wants freedom? Nobody? Who doesn't want freedom? You neither want or don't want freedom? Yeah? They will make it tougher. Those who stay in this room will not get freedom. Yeah? It's impressive. I'm very impressed. Nobody is moving. Why you come here? Who is in this room? Oh, did our participant number go down from 39 to 35? It's possible. This virtual room. Okay, let's make it like that. No? Can we make it? It's, so who wants freedom? Nobody? Yeah, trick question. Yeah. Who doesn't want freedom? This is very good. I'm very impressed with all of you because that means you heard that it's not about what is on this side of the wand because the what you put after wand can change. It can be freedom, it can be anything. Lots of phenomenal things can come over there. But what is important is on this side. I that wants or doesn't want freedom. That is the important contemplation. Literally, to focus on the content of the wand is to literally put the cart before the horse. That is why it's important to clarify first. See, before you build the cart or before you attach a cart, don't you want to know who is going to pull the cart? Is it going to be horse, donkey, buffalo, cow? What else can pull a cart? You have to know, no? So before you attach something to I, don't you have to know what this I is? Whether you attach freedom or bondage, whether you attach worldly desire or renounce worldly desire, whether you want truth or lies, don't you first have to confirm to what you are attaching it? Are you happy to presume? How many are happy to presume who you are? Happy to presume who you are? Let's have a vote. Yeah? Happy to presume? Happy to presume who you are? And every time you presume who you are, you become unhappy anyway. Every time you presume who you are, suffering comes eventually anyway. So there is no even rational reason to presume. So why you do it? Why you do it? Because addiction. In this world, when we see people harming themselves, we usually call it an addiction. Because there's no rational reason to. There's no rational reason to have that 20th drink. There's no rational reason to have that 50th cigarette. There's no rational reason to inject yourself with substances which are harming your body. No rational reason. And all of you already said that you don't want to presume anymore. And every time we presume that we are a separate entity, suffering comes. Anyway, so what to do now? I'm presuming and everything is fine. Is that enough? Your father, when you ask who with S? What? Who with S? Who with S? So who witnesses? When we ask who witness, she's typing on her phone. Obviously. Who with S? So when we ask who witnesses, yes, then that witness has no desire. Who witnesses that witness having no desire? You say when we ask who is witnessing, we see that there is a witness who has no desire. But the we who sees, or the I who sees, that this witness, hey, by the way, this witness has no desire. Who witnessed that? That is the claimant to the I in this case. Because you're saying, actually, what you're saying is, I see that this witness has no desire. It is I that sees that this witness has no desire. Which I is that? Please say it again slowly. So we ask the question in Satsang, who witnesses that? So we use it for anything phenomenal. Who witnesses the thought? Who witnesses the body? Who witnesses the emotion? Who witnesses any perception? Yeah? Who witnesses the ring of the phone? Yes? Now you say, when I look, I find that this witness has no desire. But then we can ask, if you found that there is a witness that has no desire, you must have witnessed this witness. You say, I found that the witness has no desire. Then you must have seen it because you're not making it up. You're not making up the idea that the witness has no desire. It's your experience. So, who experienced it? Who had, who was witness to this witness? So, someone then says, there is no final witness. Solitary witness is an idea. So, are we making this up or you witnessed it? Okay. Then you say, it's blank, but somehow I am there. How many agree with this? When you say, what witnesses this witness? Okay. Then the report is coming that it's blank, but somehow I'm there. So what does blank mean? Can you elaborate on this blank? What does blank mean? Is blank an absence of life? It has no quality. like a wanting eye. Okay, but let's go even slower. Does it have the quality of blankness? Is it? Like blank means absence. You know, when we say fill in the blanks, is it? So fill in the blank means uh, Ram blank to the market. Okay? So the absence of a word to complete the meaning in the sentence is what we usually call blank. Is it? So this that witnesses this and can say that the witness has no desire. That which is the witness to this, is it the absence of something? Does it have that quality? Does it feel like something could be there, but it isn't? Or should be there, but it isn't? And these words will only make sense if you are looking along. If you're just trying to understand it, it's all rubbish. He said sometimes it feels like it's so empty of all qualities that the closest word that the mind can pick up is that it's blank. But it's not even blank. So when you say that it is presence, not absence. So what witnesses presence? Even these two are opposites, like presence and absence. So what that which witnesses either presence or absence? Is that present or absent? How many have completely lost me? Yeah. Pause. This question puts very good. You must explore later. Don't wait for me to say this explore next time. Yes? It really puts me in an uncomfortable position. It's okay. So so we go back to where we started, in a sense. Okay? So when I ask the question, what witnesses the witness? Then I am in an uncomfortable position. Okay? Now this one which is uncomfortable is which one? Okay, maybe we can start simpler. What do you mean by uncomfortable? There's a feeling of uneasiness, experience where just a sensation which is there. Yes, yes, exactly. The minute she says the question is asked, can the perceiver be perceived or the witness witnessed, then this feeling of uneasiness comes. Now, this feeling, has it taken over 100% of you? What is the part that is left? I can't experience what? This? This? The witness of the witness? You cannot put it in words. Yes, that is true. So the uneasiness is because you can't put it in words, or
it's not because of this limitation of not being able to put in words, but it's something else, and which I really don't know.
Yes. So this uneasiness, we look and we said it doesn't have all of me.
Yeah, it doesn't have all. It's just a temporary feeling.
It's just a temporary feeling. Very good. So that means it will come and go. What will not come and go? Is the beingness? Is the beingness? What is aware of this? Now, invite this uneasy feeling to come to this that is aware of your being. Don't try to push it away. Invite it. As it comes closer,
I'm feeling things. That's why it's feeling losing its power.
it's losing its power as you invite it to come into awareness itself. Invite it to have more power. Invite it to have more power. And take over awareness. It must now take over awareness. Inference, or you see it? You see. It cannot take over awareness. Now, you step out of awareness and become the one that is affected by this feeling. So you have to jump out of awareness and become the one that is affected by this feeling. Can't do it. So right now, who is the feeling affecting? He said that this feeling is not coming to awareness. It has no way to reach it. It cannot touch it. There is no way for, in reality, for me to step out of this awareness and become affected by this feeling. So the one that is affected or suffering from this feeling is which one? And yet, this feeling is arising. You are not affected by it in reality. Yet the feelings can come and go. In fact, that is why the feelings can come and go. Now, if the job was to try and get affected by them, what would you have to become? If this feeling is coming. Now, our job is not to avoid it, but to try and be affected by the feeling. Okay? Then what would you have to become? To become a person or to pick up a notion? Yeah, pick up a notion. This is similar. So, okay, now try to pick up a notion and be effective. What affected? We can't do it. Even that we cannot do. That's why my master says it's all a big seeming. Have you started to form? There's an uneasy feeling in me, or I feel very uneasy. Then we explored into the nature of this one. We started by looking if it contains if it has completely got you. You say no, there is a part which is independent of it. You say that part, you invite it to come. And it cannot come. Okay? So then I say, okay, you go to it. It cannot come to you. Then you, that which is aware, you go to it. You cannot go. Is it? So there is no way for a phenomenal occurrence to hurt the reality of you. You're seeing that. Then I say, if the job was the opposite, it was to try and get affected. You see? Then you say also very well because you hear this in Satsang. Then you say, I can get affected only if I pick up a notion, believe a thought. Is it? But even that actually is not true. But it can seem like I'm affected. It can seem like there is a me who is affected when I believe myself to be something.
Something just stops short.
Yeah.
It doesn't go all the way for this question. I don't know why.
How you know what all the way is?
That's what, but something inside knows.
What is the short? Where does it stop?
It just stops short, and it doesn't want to explore further.
Yes. Something will resist all these mental faculties, all our conditioning will resist this question being asked in open. See? It will resist that.
Only particularly this question.
Oh yes, yes, particularly this one. Because this one is the big trouble one. See? Now, the good news is that in reality you cannot fall short. See? Are you aware now? You didn't fall short. See? I've been asking this question for years, but I wonder how many of you actually can feel like what I'm really asking. It's an amazing thing. You answer yes, in spite of not having a visual or a sensual feeling of this aware. Is it? Yeah? You're aware, no? Whatever else might be, are you aware? No. No. Are you aware that you're not aware? Yeah. So this aware is unescapable, inescapable. It's undoubtable. Because even to say I'm not aware, what we actually are saying is I'm aware that I'm not aware. You see? So this when you say, what did you see?
It's just my experience that I'm having.
What do you mean by experience? Like when you say the experience of pina colada, when you have a taste of it,
Yes.
then you say I experienced pina colada. Now, when you say I experienced aware, what did you experience?
Quality as such.
No quality as such, but
But I know that.
how you know?
Knowingness.
How you suppose you didn't know this term knowingness, you see, or awareness. I just say, are you aware now? On what basis do you say yes? Isn't it unique? It's unique because everything else you have a phenomenal basis for saying yes. Is there a sofa in this room? Say yes. Why you say yes? It's a phenomenal perception. Is the fan on or off? Off. Why you say that? Because I can see it is not moving. Is it warm or cold? It's okay. It's little warm, little cold. Right? Why? Because you have the experience. Okay. Is your mind active or quiet? Still. You can answer based on your experience of it. Are you happy or sad? Or are you in pain or pleasure? You have the experience of it. On the basis of it, you say yes or no. Like, are you happy? Yeah, it's a sense of happiness. So you can say yes. Are you happy? Sometimes the sense of sadness is there, and say no, I'm not happy today. Really? So it is on this basis of phenomenal experience do we answer all of these questions. But when I ask you, are you aware now? What is it? What are you coming to face with, in a sense?
Innocent.
Innocence?
It's like,
But does this innocence have an opposite?
no, but the yes comes from innocence. Like it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
You have to elaborate a bit.
so it's automatic. Like it comes from a. You know, if you ask the question, "Are you aware?" and then like maybe because we're in Satsang and we. You know, so before any of that begins,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
You know, it comes from like there's no mental and there's no conclusion.
If it is inconclusive, how come sometimes we don't say yes and sometimes we don't say no? Does a yes or no sound like a conclusion?
No, it's not a conclusion because conclusion is where a process comes to an end
Yes.
with a resolution.
Mm-hmm.
And this, there's no process. It's just like, even before you can say yes, it's a yes.
So, what you mean by innocent then implies that it is something which is pristine, beyond conceptualization, beyond time. Because conceptualization would be the process that you would have to do if it was a mental yes.
Like it doesn't, innocence doesn't require verification.
Yeah.
It just like.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's explore this. So does this mean that this yes is unverified?
In a way, you could say that. It depends how you mean verified.
Yeah. So you have to elaborate.
Okay. So, like, for example, if I go to the visa office and they say, who are you? And obviously they wouldn't know me as Govind, so I'd say Adam Robinson.
Yeah.
And then they might say, okay, so show us your passport. And I haven't got my passport, but I still know I'm Adam Robinson. So, like the verification of, you know, how do you know you're aware of which the mind engages in, and so, you know, is like the asking for the passport. It wants to see credentials, but I don't need to see my passport to know I'm Adam Robinson. It's just innocently like,
Yes.
So when you ask, are you aware?
So
it's like that yes comes, and the only problem that can arise is when we start looking for our own passport.
So how do you know that you're Adam Robinson?
Well, which level are you asking me the question at?
In the sense that, yes,
That
it's the same level like what I know you're speaking in that way, which is good.
So there's nothing more obvious to us than our own awareness. So, like, to illustrate the point, we would have to go to.
So even so when we say I am Adam Robinson, it is in that level of obviousness. The I is the most obvious, then the being is more obvious, no, less obvious, and then the Adam Robinson, which is less obvious than that. Because ultimately, if you forgot your name for a moment, even then you have to use some thought or some memory for verification. So what is my name? No, like that. But this I remains unquestioned, in the sense that it is the most obvious, that you cannot lose this I, you cannot lose yourself. That is the most obvious. And yet, the funny part about the spiritual seeking is what? We are looking for this self, which you most obviously cannot lose. So when Guruji says that everything else you can throw away, but you cannot throw away yourself, and I'm paraphrasing, but what is he talking about then? Is there any phenomena which does not come and go? Is there any phenomena which does not come and go? So if all phenomena comes and goes, who must be there to say that all phenomena comes and goes? You know what I mean? If I was to say, is there always traffic on this road? And you were to say no. Ananta, there is not always traffic, and sometimes there is traffic, and other times there is no traffic. That means you have to be there to see that there is traffic and there is no traffic. So the one that says that all phenomena comes and goes must be there present even when phenomena is not there. So this non-phenomenal you is that which witnesses even the appearance of the perceiver of this phenomenal witness and the dissolution of it. This is the third bird. One bird is making the nest, doing all the work, so all the phenomenal activities are happening. The second bird is witnessing, is perceiving all of this. And there is a third bird which is not on the ground. There is a third, I don't know whether we can even call it bird. But this third bird is the witness of all stories, is ever present, is always there. Even now it is. What is that which witnesses all of this? It is witnessing this bird speaking, expressing. Then the bird which is perceiving all of this movement, which is my being itself, my presence, its existence, gives a substratum for this play of perception to happen. But what is aware of this existence, this being which perceives? How is this witnessed or perceived? This being, which is the perceiver of all objects. What is aware of this perceiver? It is beyond even your phenomenal existence. Okay? And this here is where what Pokachi says, can't tell if it's present or absent because this is so empty of quality that even blank or full presence or absence does not apply. Then Amaya says it is that, in capitals, which is aware of blank or dark or empty or light or nothing and everything. That. Now the mind will come and say, but this is infinite regress. And they, what witnesses that which witnesses that which witnesses that? The mind will come and say like that. But it is just not possible for it to be infinite regress. When you step one step backwards, only conceptually. What witness is that the witness is empty of desire. You come here and already you are empty of all qualities, so therefore nothing to be witnessed. Even that qualitative perception you cannot find here. Now, if you were to mentally come up with an inquiry and say, but what witnesses that which witnesses the witness? You see? Then you know that you're just getting fancy with Advaita words. It is easy. You know that you're just getting fancy with Advaita words, trying to get to some ultimate truth. But there is no regress possible because that which itself we answer, we can say we affirm its truth without any phenomenal experience of it. There is no step left to go back one step further. There is no possibility to go backwards from there. Because it itself is the substratum, the primary. And this is very beautiful exploration. If any of you feels to do this, and any of you actually feels to convince me that it is possible to have an infinite regress or go some step back, I'm happy to hear your experience, not your concept, but your experience of this. Otherwise, it just becomes a philosophical debate. It's like that joke, no, with the philosophers. So, where are we all standing? We are standing on the world. Where is the world standing? The world is standing on top of a turtle. Where is that turtle standing on top of another turtle? Where is that turtle standing on top of another turtle? So this is just conceptual regress. And then there's, where does it all go? No? Then the other philosopher says it's turtles all the way down. So then it becomes like this conceptual concept of infinite regress. But from your experience, from your direct insight, which will be beyond intellectual, beyond perceptual, it will be intuitive. You see? When you take a step further back from that which is aware of your existence, invite yourself to do this. You are aware of your existence. What is aware of this awareness? You are aware of your existence. What is aware of this awareness? Have you taken one step back? Possible? Tell me how it is. Anil, again, too much chat. Stop now with your chatting. Sorry, I feel it's a one-on-one. No excuses. We've heard this before. It cannot be that there are 35 of us trying to pay attention to what is being said, and we keep asking for this attention, where in this process of inquiry we are trying to direct it in the words of the inquiry in a certain way. I very much prefer it to be as quiet as possible. Father, I'm having a very hard time to follow. Could you please speak in a simpler way? Maybe my mind is feeling very confused. I'm new to self-inquiry and meditation. Thank you for it. Yes. And don't worry, some sense of frustration, confusion, all of this comes up. It is very natural for it to come. And for a while, it can feel like there's too much. Every word can seem like it is just so strange. What is he saying? What is he saying? It can feel strange like that, and it is felt for many of those who come to Satsang. Initially, like you say, you're new to Satsang, self-inquiry, so it can seem like the vocabulary is difficult to fathom. Why does it happen like this? It is because you will not understand what I'm saying. You will actually not understand what I'm saying. But you will see what you're being pointed to. Nobody has ever understood, actually. And if they feel like they've understood, it's only added to their intellectual baggage. So nobody has ever understood what I'm saying. But many have seen what I'm saying. So a part of this is big confusion. You're trying to follow, and it feels like you just can't follow because where I'm pointing to is the core, is the essence of even your existence. Your mind cannot go with us there. Your mind will not go with us, cannot go with us there. So, if I was to give you some advice, I know it is super irritating because I talk about this as well. That when I was reading Satyavrat Maharaj, and he used to keep saying, "Be with your sense I am," and I just would not fathom what is this sense I am. I remember feeling completely frustrated and confused. But one day, through the Sadguru's grace, it became apparent to me what was being spoken. You meet me wherever you like. You meet me wherever you like right now. And then slowly we can go to where I'm pointing to. If it feels like, Father, when you say let go and remain in a notionless existence, this I understand, that much is enough. Or you say, Ananta, when you say, um, ask yourself, who am I? Or what does the I represent? If that resonates, that much is enough. Or you might say, when you say leave everything to the greater power, leave everything to Sadguru or God or whatever name you want to call it. And everything will be taken care of if you're resonating and meeting me there, that much is enough. Even if you say that none of this is actually making any sense, but something brings me to Satsang, that much is enough. Like somebody said earlier, Milind was saying something like this. I forgot to read it out loudly. Father, with you say, with, when you with you say, there is no reason for me to come to Satsang, yet I want to keep coming. Is it like this? You can feel like, what am I getting here? I'm not even understanding a single word he's saying, and still I feel to come. It can be a bit like that. And sometimes like that has been very good also for many. This is a unique part of the play, where words that have been designed to create some conceptual understanding, which I will use the very same word to demolish all understanding. And this is unique in even a spiritual way, where most spiritual movements are about giving you a spiritual understanding. What is being shared from our Master's grace in satsang like this is an invitation to see that it is completely possible to live without a belief system, without a conceptual model, without any sense of limited identity. Yes. It seems that there is no need for words for bliss to be, no need for concepts. But before coming to Satsang, how much time did we spend without words? It can seem like it is just the words in Satsang. But how much time did we spend without these allegiance to these mental words? Because of this addiction to the mind, we come to this rehab called Satsang, so that we can come to a silence, which we speak of. Because many times, we've even experimented like this. We had periods of silence. And I noticed that although outwardly many of us were silent, but inwardly we were still consuming a lot of concepts. We were playing with a lot of words, a lot of mental understanding. Therefore, what type of words are best? Those words which take up all that we think we know, so that we can throw it out. Take up all that we think we know. And especially for all those who are new, like Rita is new, don't hesitate to share whatever you feel. If you feel you're understanding, if you feel you're not understanding, if you feel you that you asked today, can you slow down and use simpler terms? Just remind me of that again, and let's see what happens. So very, very welcome during this time that you're new to bring out all that you'd like to share. Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Muji Baba ki Jai.
Sadhguru Shri Ananta Ji ki Jai.
Guru Kripa Kevalam.